Another day here in the X Factor Nation, another day of your daily NBA coverage. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the X Factor Daily NBA Show. We had lots of games to get into, so we'll get right after it here today. The New York Knicks defeated the Charlotte Hornets 121 to 102. Is anybody really surprised? The Hornets suck. RJ Barrett, 26, 7 and 4, 9 of 18 from the field. That's a positive sign. We know if he struggled. Julius Randle had 33 and 7. Jalen Brunson, 11 points, 11 assists. Quentin Grimes, who has recently stepped into this starting lineup, and I really like his addition to the team. He's played really well. He also had 11 points. Mitchell Robinson had 13 rebounds for them in the starting lineup. And then Isaiah Hartenstein and Emmanuel Quickly both scored 11, and Miles McBride with 10. I think we're finally seeing the Knicks be kind of desperate and try to figure out who they can throw in to make things work. We've seen Miles McBride get a lot more minutes. Quentin Grimes has been starting for them. No Cam Reddish, no Derrick Rose, no Evan Fournier. So I'd be interested to see what they do with those three guys right there. And for the Hornets, Terry Rozier had 24 points. Kelly Oubre had 22. Miles Mason Plumlee had 13 and 9. PJ Washington, who I felt like was playing really good the beginning of the season, he's really cooled off. He had 10 points, 5 of 12 from the field. So Hornets are bad, no surprise. We'll move on quickly there. They're sitting at 17, 7 and 19. The Indiana Pacers defeated the Washington Wizards 121 to 111. For this Wizards team, Kyle Kuzma continues to ball. I think he's a guy that a lot of teams should be interested in trying to go after. Just call in and be like, hey, would you guys be willing to give up on Kyle Kuzma? 27, 7 and 7 for him, 9 of 20 from the field. So a good night there. Kristaps Porzingis chipped in with 29 points as well. He continues to play really well. 9 rebounds for him there. No Bradley Beal. This team, they just can't be consistent. They can't win consistently, and they can't lose consistently. So, Buddy Hield for the Pacers had 28 points, 12 and 19 from the field, 4 of 10 from three. Andrew Nembhard, he had a quiet night after that big night a few weeks ago, last week. Tyrese Halliburton had 23 and 11. He continues to just be outstanding. 18 and 8 for Benedict Mathurin off the bench from 8 of 15 from the field. And Miles Turner, 14 and 6. This is why I don't know if teams should really consider going after Miles Turner. Seems like one night he's going for like 25 and 13, and the next night he's going for like 12 and 4. I don't know, but that's just me. The Orlando Magic defeated the Toronto Raptors 113 to 109. For this Raptors team, Pascal Siakam, 36, 9 and 7. He's playing really, really well. Gary Trent had 20 off the bench. Fred VanVleet with 19. And Scotty Barnes, 6 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Man, what a heartbreaker. OG Anunoby, 12, 8 and 2 with 5 steals. And for the Orlando Magic, the story is Franz Wagner. He had 34 and 5. I really enjoy watching him. I watch a lot. I honestly think I probably watch more Orlando basketball than anybody that doesn't live in the Orlando area. I watch a lot of it. He's a whole lot of fun to watch. Paulo had 23 and 6. Markelle Fultz with 15. Cole Anthony with 18 off the bench as well. Good win there for this really bad Orlando Magic team. It's like I've said from the beginning, they can beat anybody on any given night. The Nets defeated the Hawks 120 to 116. Trae Young had 33 points, 9 assists, 12 of 25 from the field, 2 of 7 from three. So he just continues to be abysmal from three. Yeah, and we've seen up to this point his game has not amounted to winning. His struggles. I feel like when you are struggling to shoot, you need to learn to impact the game in other ways, and he doesn't know how to do that. Clint Capella with 15 and 11. Story for them is Bogdanovich comes back off the bench, 31 points, 12 of 18 from the field, 7 of 9 from three. Really tried his best to bring this team back to win the game. But as you know, Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant. He put up 34, 4 and 4. 14 to 25 from the field. Great night there. Kyrie Irving, 33 and 11. Great night for him. TJ Warren really starting to get back into shape. He had 14 points off the bench. So a great win there for this Brooklyn Nets team. Let's see if they can keep momentum going and climb up the rankings in the Eastern Conference. They're sitting at 15 and 12 right now. The Kings go into Cleveland and pick up a nice win, 106-95. Harrison Barnes had 20 points. Domantas Sabonis 18 and 18. Keegan Murray with 18. Kevin Huerter with 19. And no De'Aaron Fox is the most surprising part. To be able to pick up that victory on the road without De'Aaron Fox is a nice win there. But as we saw, 4 of their 5 starters scored 18 or more points. So a great win there for them. And for the Cavs, Karis LeVert had 22, 6 and 6. There was no Donovan Mitchell last night. Darius Garland had 19. Chetty Osman had 17 off the bench, and Evan Mobley 16 and 7 off the bench, or in the starting lineup, 5 of 13 from the field. Evan Mobley, another guy who is has broken my heart up to this point this season. And for the Philadelphia 76ers defeated the Lakers 133-122. For the Lakers, LeBron had 23, 4 and 6. He shot 9 of 22 from the field. I'm sure you won't hear anybody talk about that on social media. They'll talk about how well, how many points he had, but they won't talk about his field goal percentage like normal. Anthony Davis, 31 and 12 for him. Austin Reeves off the bench, 25 points, and Russell Westbrook with 12, 11, and 11 with 4 steals. So a good night there, just not able to pick up the victory as Joel Embiid led the way with 38, 12, and 5. A great night for him. D'Anthony Melton, this is why they brought this guy in, have a random hot night here and there, but also just be able to fill a void when they need it. But 33 points and 7 steals, 11 to 16 from the field, 8 to 12 from 3. Will have yourself a night, D'Anthony Melton. James Harden also had 28 and 12. Great night there for him as well. That's pretty much the story of the game. When you have 3 guys scoring 28 or more, you're not going to lose the game. Tobias Harris chipped in with 14 as well, but they got the job done. Grizzlies defeated the Pistons 114-103. For the Pistons, Bogdanovich had 19, Isaiah Stewart had 13, Jalen Duren had 10 and 12. I really like Jalen Duren. He's a young guy figuring his way in this league. Marvin Bagley had 14 off the bench. Kevin Knox 13 off the bench. This Pistons team's bad. I don't want to waste time on them. And for the Grizzlies, John Morant, 15 and 12 with 6 rebounds. Jaren Jackson Jr. with 20 and 5. Dylan Brooks with 16. Steven Adams with 10. Trey Jones with 10. Brandon Clark with 17. This is what makes this Grizzlies team so enjoyable and so good. Is on the right nights, they're deep enough to really get going and, have multiple guys score double digits, have multiple guys impact the game in different ways. And when we see it there last night. So a great win there for this Grizzlies team. Granted, against a bad Pistons team, but oh well. For the Suns, they lost 117-128 to the New Orleans Pelicans. DeAndre Ayton had 25 and 14. Good night for him. Chris Paul, 24, 8 and 7. Devin Booker with 14. Torrey Craig with 14. Miles Bridges with 11. Damian Lee with 12. 6 guys scoring in double figures. So you'd think that would get the job done. But the story of the game is Zion Williamson. 35 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He's really starting to roll, and it's a lot of fun to watch. CJ McCollum had 18, 7 and 5. Jonas Valanciunas with 12 and 10. Jose Alvarado off the bench, who has just been hot coming off their bench. He hit 38 a couple nights ago, comes off with 20 tonight. Larry Nance Jr. with 17, Najee Marshall with 14. This is why this Pelicans team is a whole lot of fun and potentially really, really scary. They can really start rolling. They got Zion to lead them. They got Brandon Ingram. Like, they won without Brandon Ingram last night. But they've got all these guys who are capable of, helping out any given night to pick up the victory. Nice victory there for this Pelicans team. And finally, Rudy Gobert comes back to Utah and picks up the victory, 118-108. Rudy Gobert had 22 and 13. Kyle Anderson with 15 and 12. D'Lo had 30. Anthony Edwards had 14. A nice win there for this Timberwolves team. Another night where they just randomly get hot. A couple of them, D'Lo goes for 30. It's not consistent, and this is why everybody has their issues with them. A couple games we'll see them struggling again. So for this Jazz team, Jordan Clarkson had 21. Jared Vanderbilt, 12 and 10, who I have a video about this Utah Jazz team. Go check it out. It comes out later today. Mike Conley comes back. He comes off the bench. He had 17. Nickel Alexander-Walker with 11, Malik Beasley with 23. Walker Kessler stepped into the starting lineup. He had 6 and 7. Kind of an off night, whatever, for this Utah Jazz team. They sit at 15 and 13. Timberwolves are 13 and 12. In the final game of the night, what a game it was. A lot of highlights like normal, a lot of exciting play. Came down to the wire, but the Milwaukee Bucks were able to pick up the victory 106 to 105. Giannis had 28 and 10. Drew Holiday 17 and 7. Bobby Portis off the bench had 10 and 8. And Chris Middleton 19 points. Great win here for this Milwaukee team. It's what I like. Majority of these games that they've been close in, they tend to pull it out. The Lakers, they had issues with coming out on top. But other than that, they're really built to last a 48-minute game. And they come down the wire and they're able to pick up victories easy. And so for this Mavericks team, Luka caught a body last night. It's a rare occasion to see Luka put on a poster. He had 33 and 11. Good night for him. 13 to 28 from the field, 3 of 11 from 3. Needs to get that up. I'm hard on Trae Young's 3-point percentage. I'm also hard on Luka's. You need to pick that up. Spencer Dinwiddie with 15, Christian Wood with 14, and that's really about it. And this is the issue with this Mavs team that I keep wasting my breath on. So I'm not going to waste it anymore. Inconsistency just is killer. 8 games on tonight here on a Saturday. Starting at 5 o'clock, the Heat host the Spurs. I'm going to take this Heat team, but I wouldn't be surprised if they lose. They've had 2 really bad losses in the last 3 games, so I don't know what to expect. But this is more of a less of a Heat. You should win this game, so go win this game. Pacers host the Nets at 7 o'clock. I'm going to go with the Pacers. I really love this team, man. They're my underdogs team right now. They're 14 and 12. Nets are 15 and 12, but I'm going to go with this Pacers team. Wizards host the Clippers at 7 o'clock. I would assume Kawhi's back. I would assume Paul George is playing. So I'm going to go with this Clippers team. Cavaliers host the Thunder at 7:30. I'm going to go with the Cavs. They lost last night at home. I don't expect them to lose 2 in a row at home. So give me the Cavs. 8:30 on ABC, the Warriors take on the Celtics in a finals rematch. I'm going to go with the Celtics team. The Celtics team's offense is so good. They're going to be able to really, I think, pick apart this Warriors defense who's been struggling, and as well as the Celtics defense is so good. So give me the Celtics. Nuggets host the Jazz at 9 o'clock. I'm gonna go with the Jazz here. I'm gonna go with the Nuggets here. I really like what we've been seeing out of Jokic, and I think these guys are starting to pick it up more. Aaron Gordon's being more consistent. Jamal Murray had a nice night the other night, so you'd expect him to be able to carry that over. Give me the Nuggets. I skipped one game. My apologies. 8 o'clock. The Bulls hosted the Mavericks. I'm gonna go with this Mavericks team. I think we saw a lot of guys struggle last night. Only Luka really was doing much. So give me this Mavericks team. I expect somebody else to step up. And finally, at 10 o'clock, Trailblazers host the Timberwolves. I'm going to go with this Trailblazers team. Dame just went for 40 the other night. Expect another big night out of him. This Timberwolves team's just inconsistent. D'Lo's not going to go for 30 again. So just give me this Trailblazers team to win pretty easily. But yeah, that's all we have for today. We appreciate you guys. We got a lot of stuff coming your way. Daily NBA coverage, like as you guys already know. Hot topic videos. We hit a Trae Young video a couple of days ago. Go check that out. We've got a Utah Jazz type video coming out today for the start of a new series we've got going on. We got a draft class digest coming out very soon, as well as the NBA all-time all alphabet draft coming out on the 20th. So be sure to check that out. It's a whole lot of fun. It's a fun video to watch while you're traveling around, while you're waiting for family to come home, whatever the deal is. Be sure to check it out this holiday season. Like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate you guys. We will see you later.